Well, in the last video, we got you close. We got you to the lagoons and the marshes, but we never quite made it to the Mediterranean Sea. And we're starting this video with marshes behind us. Kurt's over there getting some birds. There's definitely more flamingos, all kinds of birds. And as we spin around here and you see the other cars, and there it is, the reveal of the Mediterranean Sea. The first time I've laid my eyes on it. And we are parked right by it. Now, this may not be what you imagine. When you hear Mediterranean Sea, you probably imagine the beautiful rocky cliffs and coves. And don't worry, that's a short drive east of us and south, and we're headed there. We're still in the river delta region that we were in our last video, but we thought this was a perfect place to stop for lunch and relax a little bit, because our next destination is in a town just south of Marsalis, and in order to get parking we need to roll in fairly late in the afternoon. So what a better way to waste a few hours.
We gotta be careful out here, buddy. There's some dogs. So that out there, guys, is the Mediterranean Sea in the south of France. And of course the kiddies are not huge fans of the beach and the ocean, but they do like the outside. Savannah's getting a walkabout. And of course, as always, she's a little celebrity. So we're not able to stay here for the night, and that's okay. But we're able to park right out here and open the slide doors. The sun's coming in, and it is warm and it is toasty in the van naturally the way we like it. And we're getting a ton of solar right now, so that's awesome as well. And of course the Mediterranean Sea is out there, and that's our first look at that. But then on the other side we have this bay or estuary, or I'm not sure exactly what it is. We came through the salt flats to get here. Anyway, we can see all sorts of really beautiful water birds out here. And I've got my big camera, and it looks like there's room for me to walk out here and try to capture some of them. And I know in the last video we showed you guys a lot of flamingos, but there's some out there and they're a ways away. But with this reflection on this water, it is just stunning. So I can't help myself. I'm probably gonna walk out there and get some more shots of flamingos. If you guys are nature lovers like me, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Look here, guys. I spotted some deer tracks, and they look like they're a little bit old, not too old. Wow, how cool would that be? Gonna come up on a deer out here. Probably unlikely, especially during the day with all these people around. But I did kind of take a walk back here, and there's a little berm back here. I'm gonna see if I can sneak up and get some shots of these flamingos out here. But really, we're looking for anything we can find. I love it. All right, there's definitely more deer tracks out here. So we're certainly gonna keep our eyes peeled. And I think we're gonna be able to work our way around here, fingers crossed.
So while Kurt's out looking for birds, which is a big surprise, I thought I'd pop in here and chat with you guys for a few minutes while I made us a cup of coffee. Now, if you've been following our journey for a while now, you know that over the past year and a half, we've been dealing with, or I've been dealing with, we've been dealing with some pretty serious health issues. A year and a half ago, I had a heart attack that did major damage to my heart. And when you have a heart attack at such a young age, it really starts to put your mortality in check. So a lot of feelings and emotions come along with a diagnosis like that. For me, the main one was fear. Fear of, well, almost anything. The next one was guilt. Guilt of slowing down our journey around the world, not being able to do some of the epic things we had planned anymore, and fear of leaving the world early and leaving Curt to finish this journey by himself. So I had a lot going on. Now, when you live in a teeny tiny little van like this with your life partner, you learn to talk things through. You share a lot more than you do probably in a normal lifestyle. But I was really struggling with some of this, so I needed to find a way to deal with some of these emotions, somebody else to talk to. So I want to take a minute to thank the good folks over at BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. You know, every week, people all over the world spend hours and hours working on themselves physically. They go to the gym, they go to the salon, they buy a new outfit. But working on ourselves mentally is just as important. So what is BetterHelp anyway? Well, if you need someone to help you talk through some things, BetterHelp can connect you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give unbiased advice. Here's a link for you to check out real quick if you're curious. You can go to betterhelp.com/Snow and Curt. So I know that starting therapy can be hard. You know, face-to-face communication can be uncomfortable. Or maybe there's just not the right type of person in your area. With BetterHelp, you can talk to someone on a phone call, on a video chat, or even just by text message. It is whatever is most comfortable for you. BetterHelp can match you to one of over 30,000 therapists in their network. To get started, you fill out the questionnaire online, and it helps to assess your specific needs. And then you will get matched with your therapist, in most cases, within 48 hours or less. You will be able to schedule your therapy session at a time and place that is convenient for you, even if that's in a van parked on a beach somewhere in the south of France. And if the therapist you are matched with doesn't feel right, which can be common when you're first starting therapy, you can easily switch to a new therapist at no cost to you, without stressing about your insurance and whether or not they're in your network or not. So, if you think you might benefit from therapy, consider BetterHelp. You can just click on the link that's in our video description or go straight to the website at betterhelp.com/Snow and Curt. Now, by clicking on that link, you're supporting our YouTube channel, which we are very thankful for. But you're also going to receive 10% off of your first month of BetterHelp. And that'll give you some time to see if talking to someone through BetterHelp may be for you. Now, the kiddies think it's about time to roll. So let's go see if we can get Curt to put the big camera away and come in from looking for birds.
It's all pretty marshy back in here, and there's little places where there's sandbars and berms where you can move around. But it's also mosquito territory, and you can see all sorts of little bugs flying around. And on this big shrubby tree right here, I was able to see something. I couldn't tell what they were. They were small birds. It was tough to pick up the color. They behaved like small little flycatchers, and I was able to catch them in flight. And they're always really cool because they'll land on the branch, they'll fly out and flip around, and then catch some bugs, and then fly back to the branch and do it again. And so it's a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, I was able to catch it on camera. But I'm going to have to work my way back to the van, which is not a bad thing, because that means I get to go to stare out at the sea and hang out with Snow for a little bit and enjoy the beach. But I definitely enjoyed this little short nature walk. I really would like to get up there and see a deer, but it's not going to happen.
So we plugged in our next destination into the Google map, and we just came around a curve, and all of a sudden she says, "Take the ferry," which is a good thing because there is no road in front of us. There are some cars, so I'm assuming the ferry probably runs frequently. Our first European ferry.
Going for a boat ride. All right, so
Merci.
it was only about a 10-minute wait. It looks like a really short little ride right here. It was 10 euros. I think the ride's going to be all of about 3 minutes. He barely had time to collect the money.
I think it knocks about an hour off of our drive, though. We would have had to go all the way back into Arles and go down on the interstate. So I think it's a good move. All right, we have spotted some sort of giant, cute rat that looks like a beaver, otter, capybara. Maybe the size of a small dog. But they hide as soon as we get out. I may have got a little glimpse of one. Did you get a glimpse of yours, Kurt?
Yeah, it was almost to him, and then I probably back here.
Well, he's in the bushes right here.
A quick Google search, and we have identified those rodents as coypus, C-O-Y-P-U, and they kind of have like a little beaver head or a beaver face. And then instead of like a wide flappy tail, they got like a little muskrat tail. All right, we are cruising right along the southern little coast of France here along the Mediterranean. And we've just gotten to the town of Marseille.
Marseilles. It's a big city.
It's a big city, and we've kind of come through the salt flats and all the grasslands and the white horse country and the, what are the cowboys called again?
Guardias.
And the Guardias, and then all of a sudden we went through all the manufacturing area where they have all the fuel, all the cargo ships, all that stuff. But Snow tells me we're headed to an area where the beaches are not going to be sandy. They're going to be rocky cliffs, and so things are changing as we move further east and more towards, I guess, what's considered the French Riviera.
Yeah, I think we're kind of getting to what people might envision when you say French Riviera or Mediterranean.
Snow is expertly navigating us around the large and very busy city of Marseille. And I have to say that I have never been on a highway anywhere in the world that had more tunnels per mile or kilometer than this sort of bypass. And it wasn't that the tunnels were long, but there was one after another after another. And between them they had like all kinds of different cool graffiti. But I bet there was, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 tunnels at least, fairly long. And anyway, we have come into a mountainous region. And as Snow said, this is going to be more like lime rock cliffs in this area as we near the beach. And well, we've come through an area where we're definitely in some kind of smaller size lime rock mountains. And the sun's definitely going down. We're getting some oranges from the sunset. And we're chasing the sun, trying to get to our camp spot. And we're hoping that there's going to be a space available for us when we get there. So as we're rolling into our destination, we're coming in here in the mountains, and you can see there's all sorts of terraces with all these grapevines. And as we come down to the Mediterranean, there's a little cove back here, and the sun is setting down over the mountains. Guys, this is setting up to be an epic night here on the French Riviera. I am super excited. We're getting close. Snow's snaking around the S-curves, coming down. She's ready for it to be over, but we're almost there, guys. The challenge is going to be finding a camp spot, a place to park. This place is supposed to be tough. We'll see when we get there. Should be close. Look at there, the beautiful sea with the sun setting down. Hopefully we'll get there in time. Yeah. That's a long ways down. You can't jump that. Good morning, and welcome to the French Riviera. I can tell you, G is excited to be out on a hike this morning. Me and him were climbing around in the rocks. with a beautiful view. And he's off and running and ready to go get his adventure on. So right up there on the hill, you can see where we parked the van. Once me and G Money get done walking, I'll probably bring Van out here. But this place is stunning, guys.
Good morning. From just west of a little town called Cassis on the Mediterranean Sea in the south of France. There was our camp spot. Nice and level. We're getting her all secured up because the kitties have already had their walks. We have already had our breakfast. It's about 9:45 and we're headed out on a walkabout. We're taking y'all all the way down to get a nice, beautiful look of the Mediterranean Sea, I believe, along some lime rock cliffs. So this is paid parking during the day. We did not have to pay last night, but there's the little electronic pay machine where Curt has already got us several hours covered. Let's go see what we can find, guys. Woohoo, the French Riviera. So calenques, or calencas, are inlets with tall lime rock cliffs on both sides. There's a ton of them along the Mediterranean Sea that jet up into the land. And this is one of them. This one looks like it's used for a marina. What's this one?
Pinot Noir, Pio Rio, I don't know. But I can tell you, both sides are lined with these sailing boats all the way back up in there. And with the lime rock or dolomite walls, it is stunning up through here, like a little canyon. And there's two more just to the north of this. There's hiking trails to the other side as well. Don't think we'll make it to those, but we have an exciting adventure right here in front of us.
I think it's the calenque Port Meow. We'll put it on the screen.
It's Port Meow.
Port Meow, I was right.
Meow, M-I-O-U.
All right, today we're doing the Petit Prince hike. But you could see we could walk to those other two calenques. But we're starting off with this one.
Well, this one is Meow. All right, these trails are in really nice shape. They're made with chip stone and they're pretty wide. And we're kind of walking through this. I don't know how you describe this flora, but it's a bit shrubby. And I've even seen some cactus, but it's also very rocky. And there's plenty of beautiful views of this calenque. And we can hear birds chirping all around. There's lots of little tiny birds and doves and pigeons, things like that. But it's a beautiful sunny day. I think it's gonna get up to 60 degrees today, 60. So we are loving the temperatures. Stunning views. If you see along this inlet, there's all sorts of man-made walls, and down there there's even a cave. There's some steps down to the water, and I believe these are sort of historic walls. I don't think these are made in modern times. We don't know, but I do know that the Romans at one point in time actively roamed through here and were really good engineers. And I think that's what we're probably looking at, is some ancient engineering techniques to hold up and shore up these walls, maybe tie up their boats, get in and out of here, maybe some sort of like fishing cove or something like that. But you can see sort of all around this inlet, these sort of man-made walls. And we walked up here and this crazy guy, this crazy kid, he's just walking out here and plunging into the water. And he did tell me it's cold. Woo! Yes. So I'm gonna tell you, that's probably a good 30 or 40 foot plunge down there. And you might not be able to see it, but we can see all the way to the bottom. The water's pretty cool. The water is pretty clear actually. But then after he jumps in, look at him just scaling up this wall right here to climb back out. Not for the faint of heart, guys. I will not be doing that today.
Oh, come on, Kurt. I'll hold the camera.
Look at that. All right, Noah told me there's another platform up here that's even higher, so he's gonna take me up here and he's gonna take the plunge for our entertainment. And he kind of disappeared there. I don't know if we could see a splash. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Good job, Noah! You're the man! That water's just really pretty blue.
It's crazy. So, you guys know I love the sound of the waves. And through here, not only do you hear the waves crashing on the rocks, but you hear the echo of them too, from the walls of the calenque. What a beautiful place.
Ah, and there's a little flat rock right down here that gets us close to the sea. I think this is a good place to take a break, right?
Yeah, perfect place.
It just gets better, better with you. We go together, sticking like glue. We'll do whatever, do what we do. And it just gets better, better with you. We'll go on forever, birds of a feather. It's getting better, it's getting better, better than you. It's getting better, it's getting better, keeps getting better with you.
So we stopped here for a mid-hike break, drank some water with lemon juice in it, ate 2 bananas, some raisins and walnuts, fueled back up, relaxed, fed our soul with some sunshine, some waves, and some salt air. Now we're gonna make the walk out of this park, and I think we've decided we might try to walk to town, maybe have some lunch.
All right, this is a hilly little town. Narrow streets and tough little parking, but they do have various roadside parking spots, and we found one a little closer to town. And we're gonna walk in and check it out, maybe grab some lunch. I think there's a little beach down here, and
We're taking you to the town of Cassis.
Cassis, so we'll see what it's like. You could tell the roads are small by looking at the cars. Look at all these little Mini Coopers and smart cars. I don't even know.
The cars.
Yeah, these things are all tiny. I'd be like the grape ape in those things. They'd be like roller skates for me. And it looks like the streets even got more narrow. Look at this, guys. What a quaint little city on the ocean here, on the sea. Look at this narrow alley between what is apartments pops out right here at the bay, at the marina. And up on top of the mountain, I don't know if you can see it up there, it's like a citadel or a castle or something. And right down here, the marina is full of boats, and it looks like there's some restaurants along here where we're gonna be able to sit down and have some lunch and enjoy this beautiful sunny day. Wow. How lucky are we?
Any storm or weather,
Wee.
birds of a feather. It's getting better,
Salad,
it's getting better, better.
hamburger, 22.
It's getting better, it's getting better, keeps getting better with you.
Should have brought my sunglasses, but we are in the front row.
Kurt went with fish and chips and a yummy little mayonnaise sauce with some French spices.
Tartare sauce.
I got a barbecue pork rib. Look at that thing, guys.
That looks delicious.
And a little salad.
And an
Nice
amazing
view.
How was your meal?
Well, it was obviously horrible because I didn't eat any of it. As I'm sitting here over a scraped clean plate. It was delicious.
Delicious meal, a beautiful day in a beautiful setting. Nice hike, gorgeous blue water. Sitting here on the marina. Yeah, it's been a good time, guys.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!